The movement must continue. See, we let it go to sleep. This movement's got to be woke up again.
Hello, everyone. Happy Friday to you. Again, my name is Renee Unique with Unite Louisville on the Plug Network Online. And like I always say every Friday, thank you for joining me on your midday and your lunch break. And today's guest is James Linton. He has been in the community over 30 years with Community Connection, and I'm so thrilled that he is here. He has taken me under his wing. We have worked together in the community. I've learned so much from him. He is so informative. And how are you, James? Thank you for stopping by with us today.
I'm doing well. I'm glad to be here, sister.
Yes.
Because I always say Renee is a SBB, a strong black woman. So
Thank you.
glad to be on your show today.
Thank you.
And I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
Yes,
so much.
indeed.
Thank you so much. So for those who don't know who James Linton is, you know, you need to know. You're going to find out today. You're going to find out today. He is one of those that have been in the, like I said, the community for a long time, and he does a lot of inside and outside work. He is one of the foot soldiers in our community. He has helped so many families all throughout the city. You know, we talked before the show started, we talked about it takes a kind heart, and it takes not only, but it takes people of a sort of a village, right? People with good hearts and good intentions. And that's what it takes. That's what we stand for here at Unite Louisville. Always bring individuals, heroes on this show that do a lot of the inside and the back work. And people don't know, they just don't know who's behind a lot of these things. They don't know what organizations are out there. And there's so much. Can you tell everybody exactly who you are, James, and you know, what your organization stands for and a lot of things that you've done?
Well, my name is James Linton. I'm the president of Community Connections Group, but I'm also a local business person. I've been self-employed for 32 years. So I haven't worked for anybody for 32 years. So anybody who's self-employed will appreciate that and understand the struggle.
Yes.
But Community Connections Group is our nonprofit arm, and we've had 4 different nonprofits over the years that have done many things in the community. But we got birthed out of a coffee shop on the corner of 18th and Muhammad Ali. We were way ahead of the curve. We had a vision that God gave me years ago where I wanted to create something in West Louisville that would change the culture. You know, because my dad used to talk about Old Walnut Street and all the thriving black businesses downtown, you know, on Walnut Street. So we went to the corner of 18th and Muhammad Ali, where Sweet Peaches is now.
Right.
But we had a restaurant, a bookstore, an art gallery. We had figurines, Black history, just everything rolled up into that location. And then we had a beauty shop on one side, with a barber shop on the other side. He's since passed. And then we helped fill up the upstairs with, you know, the African think tank upstairs, Kemetic Institute. My old office up there, Christopher 2X took that. Many people didn't know that Expressions of You, when Chris first got out of prison, I allowed him to be our spokesperson for Expressions of You coffee shop because he wanted to get into speaking, and now he's on TV more than anybody.
Right.
It's hard to get him to call me back. Yeah, he's doing a lot of speaking. But Community Connections Group is a nonprofit arm. We focus on young people, trying to save young people and to get them back on track. And we focus on health issues with our seniors. Now, throughout COVID, we took a U-turn and saw that it was a lot of organizations out there doing good work and feeding people, but our people were falling through the gaps.
Right.
So we started giving away food boxes on Tuesdays and Thursdays, just to kind of be a beacon of light for those who needed a little bit more support. You know, we gave away 8,000 pounds of chicken one day. You know, I went over to Tyson's Food. I'm like, listen. I came over here when I first went over. I went over to get 500 pounds of chicken.
Right.
But then when they came out and saw me, I said, let me ask for 8,000 pounds of chicken.
Yeah.
And they said,
Because you donated to my organization as well.
We donate to all organizations.
Yes.
We got 262 community partners, and we love giving back to people who really have a genuine concern about helping people. Now, once we find out you're full of it, and you're self-serving, and you're in for the money grab, we won't work with you.
Right.
You know, but the people who really make a difference in this city, we're willing to work with all those people. So Community Connections is just there. If you need us, if you have children that have disciplinary problems, you have children that have reading problems, we want them. You have senior citizens who are sick. We do a Learn and Lunch series where we bring the doctors out into the neighborhood to talk to people who don't have transportation. So, and then we will even provide transportation for them to get back and forth to the doctor.
Oh, wow.
You know, so we just try to stand in the gap and do a whole lot of little things. Then we also do our diversity breakfast.
Yes.
We started that 7 years ago, which was really birthed out of the coffee house that we had on 18th and Muhammad Ali, because my white friends would call me and say, James, is it safe to come past 9th Street? And I'm like, man, y'all come on down here. I'm sitting out here on the corner. You know what I'm saying? Y'all come on down. It's safe. And y'all come on down and spend some money, because that's the only way a small black business can stay open. Come on down and spend some money. So got with Renee Murphy, and we started talking about the closing of the 9th Street divide. I said, Renee, we'll give you an exclusive on this, and let's run with this. So we've been doing the diversity breakfast for 7 years. And we got one coming up March 31st. We network from 7:30 to 8. It'll be at the Table Restaurant. And then the breakfast will actually start at 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. So, and I know you coming.
Yes. Every year I am there. Every year I am there. And I tell you what, it is a full of resources and information. And I've met so many really good people in this city. A lot of corporate people, a lot, different leaders, people. This has not only big names, but there's a lot of people that I say that always do the footwork.
See, so many times as small organizations now, we don't get to meet some of the people that can help a small organization. So we try to put those people in place, because we don't mind sharing the resources. You know, a lot of leaders in this town won't even give you a phone number for somebody, but, we think a little differently. We encourage people to copy what we do. We have an event every month, and we want you to copy it, because if you copy what we're doing, then that means we're reaching more people. And it means
it's working, right? It's working.
We're reaching more people, so we don't even start tripping about you copying it. I don't care whose idea it is. You know, my degree's in marketing, so I just create more ideas and keep it rolling.
Well, we're getting ready to go on break, and we're going to come back with James Litton with Community Connections Group, and we're going to get filled with so much information and how you can, I'm telling you how you can join. And I'm telling you, he's got it going on. He's got a lot going on. So we have a little bit more to talk about when we come back on break. Hi, my name is Renee Unique with Unite Louisville on the Plug Network Online. Check me out every Friday at noon on your lunch break. Stay connected and stay plugged in. All right, and we're back. And again, my name is Renee Unique on Unite Louisville on the Plug Network Online. And today's guest is James Linton. And we were talking on the break. And I do have a question.
Okay.
So a lot of people that come on the show, what I always hear all the time is, just what would you give? There's some tips or some advice you would give a smaller organization. I hear a lot of people saying they having problems with grants or funding or fundraising. And I know you guys, like I said, 30 years strong.
Right. Right.
That is I'm telling you, to have a nonprofit that long, and so accomplished what you guys have done over the years.
So much.
So because it's hard work, and then it keeps money to keep it going.
You got to have money. I tell people all the time, you got to have money to do anything in life. If you want to help people, you got to have money as well. So you got to surround yourself with good people. A thing that I taught my daughter years ago, I would say, look in your cell phone and see the last 10 people that you reached out to. If none of them are trying to help you improve your life, are trying to help you socially, are trying to help you financially, change your circle of network and influence. So that's the first thing you have to do. Everybody is not meant to travel with you everywhere you go. So you have to have people, like-minded people. And once I realized that years ago, things began to take off. I had 3 different mortgage companies I owned. I had a construction company. I had restaurants, all sorts of things. But where I made the most money was in real estate. So, and I've retired twice already. I'm 56. I retired twice. The last time I retired, I had a kidney problem. My kidney shut down, and then I had a kidney transplant about 2 years ago. So now I'm back. And I'm doing more stuff on the business circuit. We opened up Big Mo's Barbecue at the waterfront.
And it is good.
Oh Lord. And then we got
several times.
Yeah, Ice Cream World, where we do full service ice cream at the shop, and then we got trucks. The consulting company where we teach racial diversity. Teaching about racism. When people try to act like racism doesn't exist. It breaks my heart when I hear black people say, ain't no racism, we made it. Well,
especially with the 9th Street divide, just to go piggyback on what you were talking about. Because, like I said, you were hitting the inside. And when you were talking about the Wall Street, I remember because I had to, actually did some research because when I was running for county commissioner, I wanted to see the difference on now and then, just the changes in black business. And when I see that, because the thing was Channel 11, they did that special, and I was like, this is exactly what we need. This is what had happened.
Street.
Yeah, the
old Walnut Street, man, had thriving businesses, man.
Right.
My dad would talk about the Top Hat and all those clubs that would be down there, and everybody supported the black businesses there.
Right.
So, when the riots came through,
that's what happened.
It destroyed a lot of things in West Louisville, and they never rebuilt. West Louisville is prime real estate. They came up with a plan 20 years ago that they would go back and occupy all the space in West Louisville. Why you think they turned down these projects? Why you think that people are buying up all the property? I got white friends that are buying up all the property they can buy right now.
Gentrification.
Yeah. So, and when you talk about running the waterfront, from where it is now, it's already a 17-acre park. They're going to run it all the way down around the West End, all the way almost to Shapley. So that real estate down there is going to do nothing but go through the roof. So if you have a home in West Louisville, don't sell it. Grab everything you can grab along the river.
I always believe in generational wealth. So if you have kids or grandkids, pass it down. And if you decide to say, hey, for instance, you retired, like he said, like James said, don't sell it. Wait to sell it. And then you could be on your jet ski somewhere in Florida, Jamaica, somewhere. You can live a really good retirement life, a really good retirement life. Because see, I'm the type of person, like, I will keep a home just to have for the family. But if I had a second home or some other type of real estate, I would definitely sell it just to make sure there's some type of savings account. And that's the thing, is like, we stress so hard generational wealth. Generational wealth. And that's why we are so behind, because we don't take those extra steps on learning how to save.
A lot of it is not knowing how to
not
do.
knowing, right.
Because your parents
I've
or your
learned some of-
grandparents didn't know how to do it.
Yeah.
The guy that got me into real estate, I was working for, it was way back then called Store Cable. You know, that's a long time ago. It's probably changed names 10 times since then. But the guy that got me first involved in real estate was the guy by the name of Lonnie Williams, who just died probably 4 months ago with cancer and COVID. The COVID took him out. He had cancer. COVID took him out. But I had terrible credit. I couldn't buy anything. He said, look, I want you to read this book. And if you read these other two, then I'll know you're serious and I'll take you under my wings. And he took me under his wings and showed me how to buy real estate with bad credit and no money. Because he was already a millionaire. Wow. And he changed my life. Right. And so that's once I got on my feet, because I immediately went out and bought 31 houses back to back. After the first house, I cashed out. The first house I bought from the city was $17,000. It was down on Muhammad Ali. Cashed out on it at $79,000. Put that money in my pocket and bought another house. But he showed me how to do that with no credit.
See, and that's the thing, and that's what I love. They always say the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, right? And that's why I lock arms with people like James, because I wasn't taught those things. And the credit and the way that I want to live and I want to see my children live. And not only that, one thing about us, I can say us, we are for the people. We are for the community. So we want to see everyone win. So if we get our blessings in return, right? So a lot of times, like he said, it doesn't cost much to share a resource. It's free to share a number.
It don't cost
because
anything.
I'm winning, you're winning, we all winning, right? So like he's so right when it comes to the real estate. I'm just now learning it, but I'm telling you, you want to stay connected. That's what community connection is about and Unite Louisville is about. Stay connected to those who are willing to help, that are informative, that has the resources to help you. Because there is no excuse that you cannot run your own nonprofit. There is no excuse to not know how. If you want to run your own business, to be out in politics, to be in the community, to learn real estate, because you have people like James and his organizations and that are out there that are able to help guide, whether if you volunteer or whether you even support them, because it does take it does take money as well. But, James, he's established, but he's still a hard worker and he still gives
Every day.
back.
I get up 4:30 now.
Yeah.
Because I'm afraid I'm gonna miss something.
Yeah.
I get up at 4:30 every day, whether I was on dialysis or not, for 7 years, 3 days a week. I got up at 4:30 because I was afraid I was gonna miss something. I started sending emails and texts and all that. And then at 6 o'clock, I started calling people to see what's going on, whether it was in the restaurant business or whether it's the ice cream business or the consulting company. I know that I have a lot of people that I had to take care of, and we're willing to share all these resources.
Right,
So,
and when we come back on break, we're going to talk about that. The early bird always catches his worm. We'll talk about that. Hi, my name is Renee Unique with Unite Louisville on the Plug Network Online. Check me out every Friday at noon on your lunch break. Stay connected and stay plugged in. Hey, we're back on Unite Louisville. Again, my name is Renee Unique, and I have James Linton, and we were talking about a couple of things on break. Now, before we leave the show, I want to make sure James tells you exactly what he's doing, what he got going on, how you can support him, and he has all the information, his website, other information to share with you. But, one thing I want to add real quick is, look, everyone wants to be a leader, right? But you have to have substance.
That's right.
You have to have
Amen.
substance to be
Amen.
a leader, and you have to have a backbone to be a leader. And it's all about working. I know people. I cannot stress enough, and it's something that we had talked about in the show. Working together in unity, and that's what Unite Louisville is. And sometimes you have, not everyone can work together. Not everyone's willing to, have the same common goals, right? But when you're in business for 30 years. That says a lot. That means you're building relationships. And a lot of times that's why if you're temporary, I don't do temporary relationships. All my relationships are long-term. And because I like a long-term, really good business relationship. And that's what happens when you run a nonprofit organization. You meet so many different people. You meet sponsors, you meet supporters, people that are going to help you continue to grow year after year after year after year. And that is what James has done, and he knows. I'm telling you, I'm very humbled that he has actually took me under his wing and into something they have to, but because he believed in me. And so if you want to get connected with James, because he's got a lot of other things going on too.
They can go to our website, and because we always need volunteers. It's www.communityconnectionsgrp.org. So that's communityconnectionsgrp.org. So we have, like I said, sign up to be a volunteer. You can come to our diversity breakfast. There's a donation we ask people to make because we feed people and give them
really
good resources. So it's a $25 donation. So if you can afford to do that, if you cannot afford the $25, then Renee will have some free tickets for the people who really want to come.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that'd be great.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you, it is worth. You want to be there. You want to be there. You meet a lot of people, a lot of wonderful people that are willing to help connect and help support your business or your organization. So you definitely want to be there. The $25 goes to a really, really good cause because, Community Connections, they help families. They do a lot, not only that they feed, but they have the toy drives. You have the Thanksgiving. There's a lot that they have done.
Yeah, we give away 1,500 turkeys at Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
We adopted 25 families this year and, bought, 2 or 3 coats, 2 or 3 pairs of shoes, 10 or 15 outfits for each kid, and then we drop off food boxes as well. So the gala that we do at Christmas allows us to support all the families who sometimes need a little help. Everybody needs some help sometimes, if everybody's real, so that's what we try to do. Just be a blessing, let God lead us and just be a blessing to help some people.
Right. So besides the diversity breakfast, was it March the 31st? What
Correct.
else you got coming on that's coming up? Because I know with the Derby's coming up, then April, the spring, you got any festivals or anything that's going on in the park?
We got the all-white party coming up.
Yeah.
Kind of partner with Pepper and Calvin and DJ Maverick from out of Birmingham on that. And then we're gonna sneak a party in here. I can't announce it until I reserve the venue tomorrow. We got a party coming up that we're gonna do. It's gonna be pretty big, and we're just all over the place. We just went back in the construction business. We're doing remodeling for kitchens and bathrooms only.
Right.
So if you need me, call me. Can I give my cell number?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
502-345-7018. You call me. We'll come out. I'll give you a good estimate. We're fully insured and licensed, so you don't have to worry about nobody taking your money and running. We just want to make sure you got the money in the bank to pay when we're done.
Right.
So.
Right. Exactly. No faulty business. We're not bad contractors at all. No.
Yeah, we've been doing. What made me want to open it back up is the guys that work for me have been doing so much side work, and I'm like, dude, we got so many side jobs. I can't get you guys working at the other place. So I said, let's just open it back up. You know, bought a couple more trucks and said, let's get it popping. And it's been nonstop.
Awesome.
It's been nonstop, man. We out in E-Town right now doing so much. I don't even think we'll be able to leave E-Town. We go from one project to the next. So if you need a remodeling job done, a deck or a kitchen, a bathroom, call me and we'll take good care of you. I send the guys out and, you know, we always tell people a week, we like to get it done in 2 or 3 days and get out of your way.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But Nay, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
And
Thank
the lady and the entrepreneur that you are. And so God is just opening up doors of opportunity. And you're you're an easy person to talk to and a fast learner. And I love that about you.
Thank you.
And your heart's this big. you give, you know, and you give and you give. So I love it about you, sister. Yeah.
Thank you. Just to be honest, is that I've been through a lot in my life, right? And I always, like I said last week, you can't lead if you haven't been through nothing. You can't.
That's right.
You can't understand people. You can't relate if you haven't been through anything. God always used His best soldiers, and it's just not to. I don't know. I just had a vision. Like I noticed that you had said that. I had a vision. I had a plan. I prayed about it. God answered. And I just went from there and just walked out on faith, and I never looked back. And He always brings you everything that you need.
Watch out. You're going to make me shout in here, girl. Watch out there. Watch
And
out.
I'm telling you, He always does. And He'll bring the resources and the people that are aligned in His assignments.
Who would have ever thought
Yes.
that I would run into a guy named Lonnie Williams that would change my life forever? So once he changed my life, I'm like, you know, instead of me running away from people, how about if I pull up 10 or 15 other guys, you know, along my journey? So that you're required to do that.
Yeah.
You know, if you're doing well, man, don't forget where you came from. I'm straight out of the projects, man. Beecher Terrace. We left Beecher Terrace, man. My parents were they were just normal working class people. They were able to move to Alpha Garden and buy a house, and then from there to Newburgh. And so, man, we've been all over the city, but don't ever get too big for your britches.
You heard that?
Don't ever get too big for your britches.
You heard that? So be able to help someone else. Right? Until next time, I am you on Unite Louisville, the Plug Network Online. Everyone have a blessed weekend.
Thank you again.
Hi, my name is Renee Unique with Unite Louisville on the Plug Network Online. Check me out every Friday at noon on your lunch break. Stay connected and stay plugged in.